Hi friends, I wanted to come on and make this ear warmer. I call it my Andorra ear warmer pattern. There we are. We're going to make this today because I feel like the best way to keep people creative and happy is to share creative and happy. So happy creative day. Some things you're going to need is yarn. I have Big Twist Value yarn. This is a soft gray color. You're not going to need a ton of it, so I just got that down. You are going to need some scissors. Let me bring you down here. A size K, 6.5 millimeter crochet hook. I don't know if you can see that. I'm trying to. Oh, my hands. Anyway, and yarn needle. That'll be safe for later along with that. First thing we are going to do is start with a slip knot, and then we are going to chain 60 with your size K 6.5 millimeter crochet hook. It may look big, but when you make the stitch kind of pulls it together. So making sure your chain is not twisted after you chain 60. You're going to slip stitch into the very first chain made and join with slip stitch. I like to secure my tail by chaining with it. So chain 3, this will count as your first double crochet. I only normally chain the first and the second chain, and then the third I kind of just pull that one and let it loose. Now we're going to work 2 more double crochets into the same stitch. I'm going to pull you down. 2 more double crochets in the same stitch. 1, 2. Working over our tail. We're going to skip 2 stitches and work 3 single crochet. 1, 2, 3. We're going to skip 2 stitches and work 3 double crochet. 1, 2, 3. We're going to skip 2 stitches and work 3 single crochets in the third stitch. 2, 3. We're going to skip 2 stitches and work 3 double crochet into the third stitch. Continue this pattern all the way around, and I'll meet you back here in a second. Okay, so I'm on my last single crochet. I'm going to call them trios. And we're going to slip stitch to the chain 3. And we're going to slip stitch over to the middle or to the next stitch. You want the middle of the trio. Let me move you back and down. Okay. So I'm going to now chain 1, pull tight, and slip single crochet. And I'm going to put 2 more single crochets for a total of 3 in this same stitch. We're going to skip 2 stitches to the third stitch, and we're going to put double crochet where the single crochet group is. So essentially we're just reversing everywhere that there was a double crochet, there is now going to be single crochets, and everywhere there was single crochets there will be double crochets to even out the row. So this next one is single crochets, so we are going to put double crochets right in the center of them. Double crochets, so we're doing single crochets. Singles, so we're doing doubles. I hope that this it's easy. We're going to continue this pattern all the way around. I'll see in a minute. Okay, so now we're going to end our row with 3 double crochets. There we go. And slip stitch to our first single crochet made. I'm going to slip stitch on over to the middle, to the next stitch I guess, and we're going to chain 3. This will count as a double crochet, and we're going to work 2 more double crochets in the same stitch. We're going to skip 2 stitches and into the 3rd stitch, work 3 single crochets. This is your pattern. 3 double crochet in the middle of the previous row, single crochets, 3 single crochets, 3 double crochets, 3 singles. It's a pretty fun forward pattern. I think the next time I record, I'm going to record me trying to change color every row so we can see what that looks like. But not this video. It'll be on the next video. If you want that, please tell me and I'll look into doing it. Okay, I'm going to meet you around in just a jiff. Okay. We are going to finish off with 3 single crochets, and we're going to slip stitch into our chain 3, and we're going to slip stitch over to the middle of the chain 3, or to the middle of the double crochets, and we're going to make chain 1, pull tight, and make 3 single crochets, 3 double crochets into the middle of the single crochets. Now we're going to skip forward, so single crochet in the double, double into the single, single into the middle of the doubles. So we're going to do single, double, single, double, single, double all the way around, and I will meet you back when we are finished with this round. Alright, so I'm going to finish off with 3 double crochets, and I'm going to slip stitch into the single crochet first made. So this is how I count rows. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're on our 4th row, or you can go 1, 2, 3, 4. It really doesn't matter. It's just easier for some people to stagger them and count by the double crochets only. Now we're working on chaining 3. Well, we first joined, then we slip stitched, chained 3. It's the same pattern. 3 double crochet, skip to the center of the double crochets previous row, and put 3 single crochets. You're going to work around, double crochet, single crochet, double crochet, single crochet. Let me scooch up a little bit. Gotta pull some yarn. I'll meet you back here. Now we're going to finish off row 5 by 3 single crochets into the center. We're going to come over and slip stitch to the chain 3. Oh, I'm hoping I was on camera for that. Okay, so now we're going to slip stitch over and make another round the same. Chain 1, 3 single crochet in the same stitch. Skip 2 stitches in the third stitch, 3 double crochet. Skip 2 stitches in the third stitch, 3 single crochet. Skip 2 stitches in the third stitch, 3 double crochet. Three stitches in the third stitch, or skip 2 stitches and in the third stitch work 3 single crochet, 3 double crochet. Continue around and I'll see you in a minute. We are finishing off row 5 or row 6. Hold on, I'll count in just a second. With 3 double crochets. Then we're going to slip stitch into the single crochet made. I'm just going to go ahead and slip stitch over to the middle stitch so that I can put my work down comfortably for me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That was. We have one last row of this repeat pattern. We're going to chain 3, work 2 double crochets in the same stitch, and then skip 2 stitches in the third stitch. We're going to work 3 single crochets. 1, 2. Here's 3 single crochets. Skip 2 stitches in the third stitch. Work 3 double crochets. Two stitches, skip 2 stitches in the third stitch, work 3 single crochets, skip 2 stitches in the third stitch, work 3 double crochets. Continue this pattern around. I'll see you in a jiff. Okay, so I am finishing with 3 single crochets, and now we are going to move on to our edging right here. I'll join with a slip stitch. I'm going to chain 1, pull tight, and work a double or a single crochet, not a double. I'm going to work a single crochet in every stitch of the row. And we will come back and join with a slip stitch. Okay, so I'm just gonna finish this row off with single crochets, and I'm going to join with a slip stitch. I am going to chain 1, work a single crochet, and then I'm going to work back loop only, single crochet for the entire rest of the row. 60 stitches total. I'll see you in a minute. Okay, so we're just finishing this row of back loop single crochet, and then we are done with this row. We'll bind off and we will flip our work and start at the beginning of chain. So I'm gonna cut now and flip it around. So I'm working at this base chain now. I'm going to join, I'm going to grab both my tail and my working yarn when I grab, and I'm going to work right next to, we don't want to join there, we want to join right next to like one of the big stitches. And I'm going to work a single crochet right there. I'm going to let that fall, and I'm going to work my single crochet in the next. Holding, you know, we have both of those stitches still. Just pull tight. Next stitch, a single crochet. We are going to be working a single crochet into every single stitch of the row for a total of 60 stitches. And I will meet you back here when I'm finished. We are just gonna finish off our stitches. We're gonna slip stitch to join, chain one, pull tight, and we are gonna back loop a single crochet in every stitch, just like we did in the previous border of the other side. We're gonna do it in this one too, for a total of 60 stitches. So I'm gonna go around, and I'll see you guys in a minute. I am finishing up this last bit of the row, and I'm going to slip stitch and join. Give myself a tail, cut that tail, pull it in tight. Okay, so here's your choice. You can choose to weave in your ends right this second. Oh, it's not. Okay, let's pull out. You could choose to weave in your ends right this second, or wait and weave in your ends as you weave in your bow. See, you just literally kind of twist these a bit like that, come down underneath, twist it from the underneath, pull kind of tight, and leave it like that. Ooh, that would be cute, just a little cinch like that, but we're going to give it a bigger bow. Yes, I made these in a smaller size, therefore my niece. Okay, so I just cut one long string. Here, I'm going to pull it to the side. I made one long string, and I'm going to double it and create a loop. So we got it doubled, and here's our loop. I'm going to pretend like I didn't do this. We'll just weave the ends in right this second. That other twisty thing was a choice you could do instead of having to cut string to make a big thick knot. If you wanted something small or you didn't need a thick knot, that would have been perfect. If you want to add a button onto it or anything instead of a knot, it's up to you. I'm pretty sure it'll look good, so you add your own pizzazz and your own swing to it. Cut that. I'm just gonna turn this inside out. This is good because we joined and worked through it. Same thing with this one, and we have to actually leave an end to this one. All right. Down the stitch, and here we go, up and through these two stitches, down and through these stitches, around the back, and pull up and knot. Okay. Oh, I got a piece of hair, sorry. Now we are going to pinch and create a W with our fingers. Oops. Okay, so here's a W. Okay. We're going to take our circle and go underneath. Okay. Come up with your fingers and grab your yarn through. I'm going to cinch and pull that to the back. We've essentially just cinched it closed, and now we're going to wrap. Okay, we're starting to come to the end of our yarn. I am going to flip it over now to where we're on the inside. We're working, and we're going to get our yarn needles again. Well, yarn needle. I'm going to whip this back and forth. I want to go over that part and through this part. So we kind of capture that down. Up, over and down again, and out, like that. So this one, we're going to kind of do the same thing. We're going to go down and out, and then we're going to go up and through and out, back and through. We're going to come back one more time, and then we're going to tie a knot here with this other one, and then we're going to cut and done. And here. So now I'm just going to tie a knot, bloop, bloop, and cut. And you have just created the Andor ear warmer. Thank you guys so much for watching, and have a good day.